2024 seems to be the year of Gundam collaborations. We've had things such as the Gundam Call of Duty collab, we're getting a Gundam Fortnite collab, and we've probably got the weirdest one yet, which I do have right here. I got in today, the Gundam Crocs. So I'm going to take these out of the wrapping, and I'll be back with you guys in a second.
A few moments later.
They are now out of the package, but before I take a look at them, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are a fan of Mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, head on down to the comment section below. You pick these things up, let me know your thoughts on them as well. Without further ado, we will now dive into these. So here they are. Here are the Gundam Crocs, as you can see, designed after the RX-78-2. You can kind of see that it's got like the full body with like the kind of vents and that. And it's just generally based off of the body of the RX-78. So I'll take this one. Of course, they are both the same looking, but they do actually have a little bit of a different thing on top, which we'll take a look at in a second. But there you go. There is a full kind of 360 look at it. So these are the, I think they're called like all-terrain versions or something. So they're not the traditional Crocs clogs. They are a slightly different design, but as you can see, they do generally like evoke that same exact feeling. There you go, just giving you guys a nice look around. As you can see, the strap thing on the back is a little bit different to the usual Croc one, at least with the more traditional clogs. This is kind of like a fabric strap around here, and then this is kind of like a pleather kind of backing thing, obviously to rest against your heel. So not the traditional kind of rubber strap that usually goes around there, but generally, you know, if you like Crocs and you kind of like the more traditional design, these aren't far off. There's some slight differences, but generally they are pretty similar. To go over kind of the detail and finish on this, so this is it's the same kind of rubber, but it's got a little bit more of a rough texture to it that's not like super rough, but you know, it's kind of got a bit more of a matte kind of texture that you'd maybe get on like leather. So these are, I don't want to say, they feel a bit more of like a pleather kind of material as opposed to like a straight rubber, which is what Crocs usually are. There is a little bit of kind of raised, I don't want to say embossing, but kind of raised detail here. You can see if I just kind of show you guys it from like there, you can see that this yellow bit is raised up here, which I think is a really nice detail, and it just kind of adds a little bit extra to the whole design rather than just being kind of a flat printed thing, which all this kind of stuff here, this is all just like straight printed. There's not really any embossing there. But one of the things you will probably notice on here, and this does actually come with all of the pairs, so we've got an RX-78-2 head, which I think, if I can kind of feel inside, I think it's a Jibbitz, which, oh yeah, you can actually take it off. So it is a Jibbitz, but it's quite a thick one actually. So for those who don't know what the Jibbitz are, they're kind of like the charm things that, you know, you put on Crocs. That's why these holes there. You can get loads of different kinds of ones. We do have some to go over actually in a moment, but there it is, the RX-78-2 head, if I can get focus on that. Pretty good look-alike thing. I like the kind of thickness of it. That is the first one, and we'll go over the second one now, which is pretty much exactly the same. You can see same design, except we do have another Jibbitz here, which is the shield. This is my personal favourite of the two. It doesn't protrude quite as much as that other one, which I kind of like. And I feel like it blends in just a little bit better because it's red, and you know, a lot of this detail here is red, so it doesn't stand out quite as much, but it's, you know, clearly very recognisable for fans. You can see inside, we've got the Mobile Suit Gundam logo, the original one, and of course the tags here, you can see Mobile Suit Gundam as well. So, that is pretty much the Gundam Crocs. If you've ever bought Crocs, you kind of know what to expect from them. But also, alongside those Crocs, it did come out with quite a few different Jibbitz as well. There's a 5-pack, which I've got here, which I'm going to show off. There's also a single one of the RX-78-2 head, which I don't know whether it's the same one as is on here. I think it's more of a flat one. And then there's also another one, which is of Amuro with his pilot helmet on. But I do have the 5-pack here, which I will show you guys, and you can see pretty cool. We've got the Mobile Suit Gundam logo there. We've got Amuro Ray at the top. We've got Charaz Nabul there. We've got Sailor Mass down here. She's upside down. There we go. And then over here we've got Lala. I always forget Lala's name, but yeah, anyway. So you've kind of got like a lot of major characters from the series and then the logo. So the 5-pack for me, I think it's the best way to go. This is about £17, which sounds like quite a lot of money. You pay £17 for a total of 5, or you pay £5 for one. It's up to you. Like I said, the single ones are actually different designs. If you prefer those designs, go for it. But yeah, this is the 5-pack. Pretty cool, and I will probably apply these onto the Crocs themselves. So now that we have taken a look at them, let's talk about whether or not they are worth buying. If you've ever bought Crocs before, you know what to expect in terms of quality, and I think these absolutely live up to that. The actual design of them looks really nice. If you're a Gundam fan, of course, you're going to love the design. I think when it comes to kind of collaboration merchandise that companies have done in the past, I think this is maybe one of the best designs where it definitely feels very reminiscent of the product that it's trying to replicate, but it also doesn't feel lazy in its design. It feels like they did a good job. You feel like the designers actually cared about what they were making and about representing the franchise properly. Sometimes with some companies, they can just be a bit lazy in their collaboration and then charge a lot for them. Speaking of price point, this is the thing that's going to turn a lot of people off. They cost £75, adults ones. The kids ones are £55, which that's still really expensive. It really depends on how much you want to spend on shoes. I'm not a shoe reviewer, so I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, whether they're worth the price or anything like that. But as someone who doesn't spend that kind of money on shoes, I tend to spend like 30, maybe at the absolute maximum 40. For a pair of Crocs, £75. For one, it's more expensive than what the standard Crocs are, which you would expect because it is a collaboration and you've got to like send some of the money towards the company as well. So it makes sense why they are that price as opposed to kind of what the standard price is for Crocs. At the same time, it's £75 for a pair of shoes. In the future, they're probably going to go up in value. So if you're that kind of way out and you want to kind of do a future investment, there's that option. But also, they're just a cool piece of memorabilia, especially with the 40th anniversary of Gundam this year. They're coming out with all these cool collaborations, and I'm personally just eating it up. I'm really hoping that they do more in the future, not necessarily Crocs, but other different companies. I want to see some more Gundam clothing out there, especially here in the UK. So I think it's a cool collaboration. I think they look really good. £75 though, again, it's a hell of a lot of money to spend on a pair of shoes that aren't really even shoes, they're more of like sandals. One thing I've also just noticed is that the buckle here actually has like the Earth Federation logo, which I didn't even realize, and then here it actually says RX-78 too. I'm picking up on so many cool details on these, so even though the price is very hefty, there's a lot of effort put into them. But there we have it, those were the Gundam Crocs. Before I get out there, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are a fan of mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, like I said earlier, head on down to the comment section below, let me know if you've picked these up, or are you planning on picking these up? Do you plan on picking them up, especially for that very high price point? Or do you just have a standard pair of Crocs and you might pick up the Jibbitz? Thank you once again for tuning into Mecha Chat today. I'll see you guys next time.